I've been traveling a lot. That's been terrible because I'm gigantic and they don't make planes for me anymore. I'm ruining 4 people's flights at a time. I'm poor, so I'm in middle seat. like I know I'm not like huge, but like I'm big. Like if you were a horse and I sat on you, you'd be like, whoa, this guy is bigger than the last guy we carried around. I don't know if I'm a noble enough steed for this size of human here. like if you were on a plane and I sat next to you, you would be like, whoa. Like I see people see me coming down the aisle. And let me put it this way, there are no atheists in boarding group 7. Like it's only middle seats. People are looking at me and they're like, please, Lord. Please, Lord, I please do not allow him to bestow his largeness upon me. I do not want to sit next to him. He looks hot. He looks hot temperature-wise. I feel as though he will heat me up and I will become equally as hot. Lord, I see sweat underneath his titties, Lord. I do not want it. Why is he wearing a hooded sweatshirt? The jetway was boiling. I'm big, dude. I get reminded of big. I do this for work, which is fun. I get to travel, but that's the most consistent thing. Nowhere is made for huge. I was in Scotland. I thought I'd see a lot of huges. I got called giant in a lot of eloquent but mean and fun ways. Scottish, they speak English, but they have their own words, you know? They have their own for the just up there. Like I bumped into a guy and he was like, watch where you're going, you fucking lummox. And I was like, sir, what does that mean? I was like, I've never felt so aptly described in my entire life. Lummox? He was like, that means fat, clumsy fucker. And I was like, yeah, dude, you fucking nailed me. Holy shit. You are a poet. And then I was like, have a good day. Fell down a hill for 4 hours. That was me falling. Everywhere I went, dude, I was getting Scottish mind fucked all over the place, dude. I walked out of a cafe with 2 sandwiches. I couldn't choose, so I just went with my 2 favorites. And these 2 big Scottish guys there in front of the cafe, one of them looks at me and looks at the sandwiches, he looks at me and looks at the sandwiches, and he goes, are those both for you, big man? And before I could say fucking anything, the lummox next to him, because he was just as large and clumsy as I am, but Scottish and bitter, and he was like, oh no, he's had enough. I just gave them the sandwiches. I was like, here you go, I've been mind fucked, I hope you boys are hungry. God knows I am. It happens all the time. Like I was in Montana because my career is weird. I don't know if you've ever been to Montana before, but it's like, yeah, it's interesting. It's like Snow, Kentucky. I had a good time there. I got really hammered with a bunch of ranch hands. Yep, sure, yeehaw. But actually, that was more just the yee. With a bunch of ranch hands, this guy was like, yee! Fellow ranch hand went like, covered your mouth. Yee! Oh! You know, I went to Montana, and you know when you do that thing where you get like hammered with a bunch of strangers, and then you like make a bunch of grand plans for the next day, and then you're like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude, we're gonna do that for sure. You're my new best friend. And then you wake up the next morning with like one of the worst hangovers you've ever had, and then you're like, oh fuck, I gotta ride a horse later today. Does that ever happen to you? You wake up with a blistering headache and you're like, I told those men I was a much better equestrian than I am. I'm a man of my word, though, so I showed up to this ranch, and I don't think they expected me to show up because my greeting verbatim was, oh, fuck! That big one from last night is here! And then they turned into the barn and they were like, go get Elvis! Saddle up Elvis right now! I don't care if he's eating, saddle him up! And they brought forth Elvis, and the only way to describe this horse would be Elvis, really. Like, he looked like he was about to die from eating too much peanut butter. Like that. Oh, fuck, too soon for an Elvis joke? What the fuck ever, dude. This guy, he looked like a retired war horse, you know what I mean? He was like for wagons mostly. And me. I'm glad they gave me him, though, because the other horses, I saw the other horses and they looked flimsy. And I didn't trust their build. I'm glad they gave me Elvis. Elvis was a sturdy boy. And that's how you do that. You give a sturdy, you give a sturdy steed to a sturdy man. You don't do the opposite. I've played that game. I've sat on a flimsy steed. Not a live animal, but a chair. A chair that I shouldn't have trusted. At a barbecue with food that I wanted to have. But you're not allowed to eat the food after you break a chair. That's just the rules. You can't be like sitting in a pile of rubble you just made and be like, bring more. Bring fiber, require more. What was the cheese that I had earlier?